Smiling, happy faces here in the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms. Welcome along to each and every one of you. Mark Morrison is my name. I'll be in charge of proceedings here this afternoon. We're here to do a couple of things. Firstly, to inform you that the property at number 1/63A Vivian Street in Burwood, our owners have received a pre-auction offer which is acceptable to them. The second thing we're here to do is to see whether or not we will in fact hold an auction. In a few minutes time, once we've gone through our due processes here, I will announce the number, the level at which the property has been brought forward, the auction has been brought forward. I'll let you all just simmer over that number for a moment and then invite in and welcome in any further bidding. Should we receive some bidding, we will of course hold an auction. If we see no bidding, I simply knock the property down to the initiator of that pre-auction offer. Now, before we kick into things, I'd like to acknowledge our owner. We'd like to thank them for their ease of access, for their presentation, but first and foremost for their choice in agency. We appreciate that there is choice out there in the marketplace, and we thank them and acknowledge them for working or choosing to work with the great team here at Harcourts Gold. Now, I know the team here at Harcourts Gold will have made all of the documentation for today's auction available to you, including the LIM, the title, and the contract from which we work from, which has been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand as well as the Auckland District Law Society. Now, there are a few rules and regulations that we must adhere to when it comes to bidding and buying at auction. If you're a regular attendee in our auction rooms, well, you'll be well used to that process. Given the fact that this is a brought forward auction this afternoon, some of those rules and the way that we go about things are just a wee bit different, so I would encourage you to listen in so you exactly understand what is going to happen. Now, given the fact that that start price, that pre-auction offer level, has been acceptable to our owner, that effectively becomes our reserve. What that means is, as auctioneer, I will simply not be placing any vendor bids, any bids on behalf of my owners as public counter offer. That would be unfair. That would not be the right thing to do. It's very unlikely that I will nominate the sum by which the bids increase. More than likely, I will just accept any bids that you choose to place. I may give some guidance from time to time. I still reserve the right to refuse a bid if I deem it not to be in the best interests of my owners. That, however, is very, very unlikely. And if a dispute does arise with any bids, all I do is simply revert to the last undisputed bid, and then we can recommence the bidding process from there. Now, at the conclusion of the auction, which is nominated by the gavel coming down to the rostrum in a fashion such as this, should it fall in your favour, congratulations, you are the successful purchaser. Before you commence those celebrations, there are a few simple obligations for you to fulfil. Firstly, you'll sign the agreement, and in doing so, you're acknowledging receipt of the approved sale and purchase agreement guide. Secondly, you'll arrange to make a payment of a very neat and precise 10% of the purchase price. And thirdly and lastly, you'll arrange to fill out those GST information and complete the GST information as outlined in Schedule 1. So folks, very shortly I will announce that pre-auction offer level. As I said, I will let you simmer over that but for a moment, and from there we welcome in any bidding. Otherwise, I simply knock the property down to the initiator of that pre-auction offer. Well, I'd like to welcome in, if I may, Andrew Swift, Malena Bartlett, our co-listing agents. They've been assisting our beautiful owner through the twists and turns that is involved in selling property, also helping out those interested parties out there in the marketplace. Vivian Street is more formally described as being an estate in cross-lease, some 819 square metres, made up of Lot 1, Deposited Plan 41689, which is all outlined on the certificate of title that Andrew, Malena and the team have made available to each and every one of you. Now, the settlement date is set down for Monday, the 16th of November 2020, so not too long to wait before you get the keys and you're able to move in, unless, of course, you have made prior arrangements with our owner and that's been signed off prior to today. I also just draw your attention to the fact that I do have some registered telephone bidders. I've seen the paperwork there, so if we do receive any bids down the telephone from some of my licensed colleagues, don't be surprised. I'm very, very comfortable with that process. That's all been signed off. Schedule 2, well, that outlines our list of chattels. That remains as advertised, no surprises there. And finally and lastly, those further terms of sale towards the rear of the agreement, being clauses 22 through to 26 inclusive. The key point being there that we sell as is, where is here today. So folks, that is it for us. Let's go and take one last look, if we may, through Vivian Street. Well, today we sell you a property, a potential, we sell you possibilities, maybe a chance to profit from some hard work and some value adding throughout. On offer is 2 bedrooms. There's also plenty of additional space there in that third room. Yes, that can be an office, perhaps a sunroom, or do you turn it into a third bedroom? The options there are yours. On the inside, she's very, very tidy, but there is room for modernisation throughout, tweaking as you see fit. The choice really is yours. Beautiful sunny outlook there. You've got the single garaging and plenty of off-street parking as well. Dale just completed the equation here. That location so close to the red zone, so if it's the morning walk or cycle that you look for, this is a good place to do it. You've got all of that on your back doorstep. A whole lot of upside here, folks. We've received a pre-auction offer acceptable to my owner at $170,000. 170. 170,000 and I sell. Welcome in 180. 180, here we go, and we're underway. We're officially holding an auction here this afternoon at 180. Good luck on the phone there, down the front at 180. And 90 on the retort. Cam Bailey working hard here in the room as well at 190.
200.
And 200 here. Shakes the head, you sure? Give it some thought then. But at 200,000 down the front, seated and seated at this stage, I'll give you 3 chances to change your mind. First call at 200,000 and I sell down the front. Twice the money here at 200,000. Sure, all done. Appreciate it, Cam. Third and final time at 200,000. Happy to announce Vivian Street. It goes, it goes, it goes. It is sold here. Well done. Congratulations. Well bid. Well bought. To our beautiful owner, thank you very much. Folks, that wraps up proceedings here today. Have a fantastic afternoon and weekend.